Hello YouTube, this is Blue the Keith or Blue or Jordan, and this is my team, who just probably looks on the screen like a big poof because she needs a haircut. She's gonna talk about, I don't know, I guess doubts about taking tea, more like, because it just sucks that I would have to take testosterone, because, you know, I'm happy with how I look. You know, I look in the mirror. It's like I look like to myself, I look like a guy. And I'm perfectly content with how I look. But I'm not content with how other people think I look, which is very feminine, I guess. And it's not like I would take tea only because of how other people think of me. I would love to have facial hair. Like, even when I identified as a cis female, like, I wanted facial hair so much, I would talk about wanting it, and people would be like, the fuck is wrong with you? But, yeah, I want facial hair, I want a deeper voice, but face-wise, I'm perfectly fine. But I'm not fine with people calling me she and her and girl and ma'am and all that stuff. It like really bugs me, and I can't continue living with people thinking that I'm female. It, you know, it hurts. And then another downside of tea is it won't get rid of any dysphoria that I have, because it's not going to take away my female body and give you a man's body. I'm still have to bind until I can, probably years down the line, afford to get chest surgery, and it's not gonna give me male junk. I'm still gonna have, you know, female bits, and I'm sure everyone has doubts about taking tea, but I feel like having doubts means that I shouldn't take it, and it's like, maybe I shouldn't, but I don't know. Like, because I was excited until I set my goal to starting it this summer and realizing that I could afford to start this summer, and I was excited and wanting it, and then once the realization came that I could do it, it's like, I guess more so reality sets in, and you know, you start thinking of, you know, logical shit, and like, I don't know, because like, even if I start to, you know, I know that I want to be seen as male, so, you know, if it gives me facial hair and a deep voice and I stop taking tea, you know, I'm still gonna have a deeper voice, and facial hair will probably get thinner and less dark, but it will still be there, and that'll be fine. It's not like, you know, if these changes happen, then I'm gonna suddenly be like, oh my god, I want to become female. It's like I look into the future, I can't see me being female. You know, when I identified as female, I would figure that I'd be dead by 30, because I could not see me living. Not talking about suicidal or anything like that, just mean like, I couldn't imagine an actual future past 30, but once I realized that being male is what I was supposed to be, like, I could see me being an old man. I could never see me being an old female, it's like, or old lady, you know, I couldn't see that, and it's like, anytime I think of myself in the future, I think of man me, not, you know, not being a female me. So it's like, I know that I need to transition into male, you know, taking tea and stuff, but it's like still scary. You're still gonna change, and, you know, it's gonna be really trippy in a year when my face is different. You know, I'll still be me, but I guess more older looking probably, because right now I could pass as like a 14-year-old male, but I could pass as a 14-year-old female. No one ever realizes that I'm in my 20s, which is kind of annoying, but I want to try my hardest to, like I said, start tea in the summer, but it's still a scary thought. And it's not scary that I'd be changing into male. It's like, I don't even know what the real scariness is. I mean, I'm terrified of telling my dad that I'm gonna transition into male, and I know that he won't care. He once asked me if I wanted to, but at that point it was like not quite when I was accepting. I was still in denial that I wanted to be that, so I was like, no, I don't want to be that, no. But and and he asked me not in a condescending way, like, what, you want to be a guy? It's like, we were just at dinner and I mentioned that I wanted to look like a male, and I don't like when people recognize that I'm female. But that was back when I was still gender neutral and gender fluid and stuff, and before I totally was like, okay, yeah, I'm trans. It just freaks me out telling him, even though I don't know. I mean, it freaks me out to tell him, even though I know that he won't care. Just like taking tea freaks me out, even though I know I want it, and all that. Still, things just freak me out. And then, like I said in another one of my videos, it's telling my family, that's like, oh, Jesus. I mean, close family knows. My dad is close, but I don't live with him, so he doesn't know right now. But because once he knows, that opens the floodgate of everyone else in the family now knows. But so that's why I haven't told him. And because then it's just like, oh, there's Jordan the freak who became the man, because being trans isn't seen as like a really deep psychological thing that you think about for years. Just like in the movies, it's like movies and TV shows, it's like, oh yeah, there's so and so, that's your aunt now. It's like, just being trans is never handled well in movies and shows, so it's just seen as like, you're the freak if you do that. And it sucks that I'd be seen as the freak in the family that got the sex change, even though my family's really cool and I don't think anyone would care, but it's like, still just telling them, it's like, eh. So I guess just taking tea just freaks me out, I guess. And that's all I gotta say, I guess. I don't know. Probably gonna rewatch this one day and realize I left out some big things or something, because I can never explain things well enough. But, oh well. Goodbye.